Welcome back, this is Matthias from marmoworld.com and we are going to create this cool animation here today. And you might think that creating such a bounce is really difficult, but you will be surprised how super easy this is with our extension Easy Bounce, which also comes with a powerful free version. So let's get started. So here we are in After Effects, and let me quickly break down this static design for you before we start animating it. So you can see first we have here just a bunch of text layers for all those individual parts here. And here we've got a shape layer, which is just this dotted line to give this entire thing kind of a border. And then in the background we have a texture. You can see if you look closely, there is some nice texture pattern here that just makes this look a little bit more interesting than if we had just a solid color. And this texture I've downloaded actually from Pixabay. So Pixabay has lots of free stuff, therefore I really like using it. You can download these images and vector graphics and everything you find there and use it entirely for free. And if I import this texture, this particular texture, just like this, it looks like this. We need to make it much brighter to give a better contrast with the foreground text. So what I did is I added a curves effect that you can see here to kind of color correct it and make it much brighter. Here a little tip from me is just if you are not used to the curves effect, it's super powerful for any kind of changing of the colors and the brightness of your images or video. I recorded actually back in 2012 already this guru lesson, the curves effect and color correction, which gives you an in-depth explanation. In just 10 minutes you learn everything you need to know about the curves effect. I know that the curves effect can be pretty scary for beginners, and it's really one of those beasts that you should understand to get to the next level. Okay, now let's start animating these texts here. And the first thing we want to do is we want to have every single letter of this design on its own layer, because we all want to make them appear step by step, one after the other. So I could, of course, do all of this manually, create lots of text layers with just one letter and align them as they should be, but this can be done much faster. And for this, you can use either our extension Text Exploder, which I've got open here, which is an extension that does just this. So you can say explode into characters, delete the original letters, and apply, and this would do the job. If you've got Squash and Stretch Pro, this is not included in the free version, but in the Pro version of Squash and Stretch, you have an entire version of this tool built in, so you don't need to purchase it separately. And here you find it at this icon. If I click here, you can see the same Text Exploder user interface shows up. I can say split into characters, delete the original layers, and apply. Now you can see you can click on every letter here, and they all are on their own layer. Next, we want to fade all those individual layers in. So I select all of them and go to something like maybe 9 frames. And I hit the T button to reveal the opacity or transparency, T for transparency. And then if I hit the S button, I would just reveal the scale, but I want both of them. So I hit T and then Shift S to add scale to the selection. And now we've got opacity and scale here. And I want to set a keyframe for the scale and for the opacity. And now I go to the beginning of the layer, and here I want the opacity to be at 0, and I want the scale to be at 80%, but only the Y scale, not the X scale. I just want those layers to grow upwards, okay? So this is why I unlink here, and now I move this. And one interesting aspect, as you can see, these are not unlinked, but still they are changed in exactly the same way as we wanted. So we also want to fix the easing here. We don't want a linear movement. If you're not sure about easing, take a look at our free ebook, Motion Graphics in After Effects, that speaks to your brain, where I explain all the details of why easing makes such a big difference. I right click here, go to Keyframe Assistant, and since we want to ease into the end of this move, we say Easy Ease In. Okay, let's see how this is looking like. So all those layers now fade in and grow a little bit at the same time. Now this still looks very unspectacular, and what makes it much more interesting is if we stagger those layers here so that they don't appear all at once, but one by one instead. Yeah? So this is why we in the beginning split everything into individual layers. Okay, now I deselect all layers by clicking somewhere in this region, and then I take one of them and move it so far back as to the point where the last layer should appear. So here the first layer should appear here, and the last layer should appear here 3 seconds later. Now I select all of them again and use the stagger layers feature. This is this one here. This is available both in Squash and Stretch Pro and Squash and Stretch Free, which means to follow this tutorial you don't necessarily need the Pro version. You can use Text Exploder to do the explode that we already did, and then for staggering you use this button here, which is also available in the free version of Squash and Stretch. I click here and I can choose how they should be staggered. We want to stagger the endpoints of those layers, and let me show you first how it looks without any randomness. So with this it would be staggered very regular, yeah, but we want to have it really random, so the order is random, and now here the order is random, but the distance from one to the next one is still completely even. Yeah, like the step size here is the same, and if you here say a lot of randomness, then it gets even more weird, so to speak, or more chaotic. I click apply, and now all those layers are shifted in time, and the result looks like this. And if you don't like this particular randomness, you can just click here again and say, let's do it another time, and now you can see the randomness changed. Each time you get a different random result. Okay, the only thing that is now missing is our hero element, so we want to animate one letter in a different way, and we want to go here for this O. Let me actually lock these background layers such that I don't accidentally select those when I click on something. So now it's easy to select the O. Let's find it here. And the O should start at the very beginning, like here. Okay, and maybe for the O we also don't want it to fade in, so we reveal those keyframes again. If I click the U key, I see all keyframe properties, so it gives me scale and opacity immediately. I go to a point where it's already entirely visible and click here on the stopwatches to remove my keyframes. Okay, and now I roughly keyframe a move where this O should go. So at the beginning, it should be here. And before I do this, maybe also later I want to rotate this O. Yeah, it should rotate while it's bouncing around. So I make sure that the anchor point around which it rotates is in the middle of the layer, roughly like this. Okay. And now I can keyframe the position. So we want to start here, and I click with the layer selected on P to see the position and set a keyframe. And now we move a few frames forward and say, okay, we bounce down here. And now I just set one keyframe at each apex, so at the highest point and at the lowest point. And this is just really a rough path that I need to specify. Maybe here we bounce against this wall, and then we maybe go here. And you can really be creative in this part. We maybe bounce on this ladder, go up here again, and here, and so on, until we finally arrive in our final position. Now, if you play this back, you can see that, of course, this bounce looks completely unrealistic. Yeah, so the timing is entirely wrong, the path is also wrong. This is by no means a nice animation. And the great thing is that we've got this tool Easy Bounce, and there's even a free version of it, and I've got the free version open right here, that turns this into a realistic, into a physically accurate bounce move. So after you roughly keyframed your position, you can just click on Easy Bounce, and it says here the free version does not support bouncing off walls. Okay, so this is like a little limitation we've got here. I had this one point where I bounced off the wall. Let's see what it makes out of it. So you can see it removed this bounce part here. Yeah, at this point it said I cannot bounce off this wall and then go here. So from this point it goes here immediately. But let's see what this free version does for us. Wow, you have to admit that this looks much better than what you would get, what we keyframed by hand, right? Pretty cool, and this is fully functional for unlimited time and entirely free. Now, if you want to go one step further, let's undo this again. And now let's see what the Pro version that I've got open here can do for you. I just have the position here or this layer selected again, run easy bounce, and it asks you, may I pre-compose? And this is because it even adds some squash and stretch, which requires 4 text layers to be pre-composed. And I say yes, and now it has put this into a little pre-comp, and if we take a look here at the effects, there is a Bezier warp applied to it, and you can see at the points where it bounces, like here, you can see that the ladder is actually squashed. Yeah, so here it is in its normal shape, and now here at the bounce it is nicely squashed. And this is what it looks like. You can see much nicer with this little squashing. And even another great thing is that you can now easily combine this with rotation keyframes. So let's just reveal here the rotation with R, and say at the beginning we want to have 0 rotation, and at the very end where it comes to a stop, which is right here, here we want to have 2 full rotations. So I enter 2 here, which means over time it turns around, it rotates. Yeah. Now of course at this point the squash is not right anymore because we rotated it. So all we need to do is select easy bounce, select the layer again and run easy bounce another time, and it updates all of this for us and squashes the layer accordingly now to fit this new rotation. So whenever you change something, just run easy bounce again and it will fix everything for you. And now it looks like this. And of course you could now refine this, go in here in the middle and say, for example, at this point where it bounces at the wall, you want from this point on it to rotate in the other direction or something. You can do all those tweaks, but I'm actually already pretty happy with this result here. So that's the end of this tutorial. Here you can see our final result. And if you liked the tutorial, please leave a comment, please like this video, because if we get this kind of feedback, we are highly encouraged to continue producing these tutorials. See you next time.